This is the Tuesday live at 1 o'clock. Today, I want to talk to you about no budget and how to connect with your potential clients and the clients that you've already got. And as always, let me just invite a couple of people and also check that I've got some sound going on. I have a real thing about this sound, as you can tell. Oh, there I am. I'm on Facebook. Or as I like to team it at the moment, Nosebook. One of the questions I get asked a lot in this group is the two biggest questions I get asked the most are how to get clients and how to be more visible. Actually, I should have put visibility in the title as well, because this actually covers visibility. The other week I spoke about the secret of connecting with your audience. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can tag the live, they're all in the guide section. And I actually said that there is no secret to connecting with your audience. But then I did a live in another group last week, and while I was preparing to do some work for that, it suddenly had a bit of a brain fart, and I thought to myself, one of the things that I say quite a lot is the secret to connecting with your audience is that you have to join the conversation that is already going on in their head about the problem that you solve. Now, I didn't coin that phrase at all. It comes from a very famous copywriter, and he's got an amazing book called I think he might actually be dead now, but he's got an amazing book called The Power of Persuasion, or The Power of Influence. So the key to connecting with your audience is entering that conversation, and the best way to do that is some of the tools that I'm going to give you today to help you connect with them. And especially if you've got no budget, then one of the biggest things you do have at the moment is that you have time. But you need to be really, and I can't emphasize this enough, I want to say really like 20 times, you need to do this task very strict and have real strict boundaries around it. It does need to be done every single day. If you can do it on a weekend as well, that's amazing. It only takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. You're in and you're out. You're very strict. There's no scrolling. You keep it very tight. And it's called the topic takeover. So the tool is that you join the conversation that's already going on online. Now, the interesting thing about joining the conversation that's going on online is it's quite easy to find. So you can Google your hashtag, your keywords. You can, if you know who your ideal client is, you know what the problems are, you can start to search for those problems. So the topic takeover is it's 3 parts. So you either start the conversation, you support the conversation, or you complete the conversation. So to give you an example, you would go into a group or a forum and you would ask a question. If you wanted to start a conversation, then you would ask a question. So yesterday I asked a question on mindset and what it meant. So that's what I mean by start the conversation. Supporting the conversation, if you were a mindset coach, then you would search for hashtag mindset or mindset, like who's talking about mindset online. You would possibly find that conversation, if you were in my group, join the group, and then you could support that conversation and you could start talking about your thoughts around mindset. And then you could complete the conversation, and completing the conversation is providing an article or sharing tips and advice. Now, I know some groups they don't like that kind of thing, but there is, you can always say, I wrote an article on this recently, or if you're really interested, I could share this with you, get in touch with me. So one of the fastest ways to join this conversation is, as I said, to connect with your ideal client. So you need to do a little bit of research to find out where they're actually hanging out. So, and this is the absolute beauty of online now, because you can search so quickly. So what groups are they in? What pages are they following? What forums are they talking in? Where are they, are they hanging out on YouTube? Are they hanging out on Instagram? Are they hanging out on LinkedIn? Use all the search facilities within these free packages to, find your keyword, your hashtag, your ideal client. And this is why you need to be really strict and do it for only 20 minutes, because the key task is to bring them into your world. So you need to connect with them. have a conversation with them, and then see if you can connect with them on another platform, or find a way of, you know, asking them if they want to join your mailing list, or start a conversation with, you know, if you are offering advice and you've said, let's, you know, contact me, you could DM them and send them the article and say, you know, I thought about you and I was reading this, or you might want to read this latest blog post that I've just written. And the other thing you can do is, who uses Google Alerts? So Google has got, you know, Google is an interesting animal because it has a lot of tools on the back end that will help you connect with your ideal client. And Google Alerts is one of the best ways to do it. So you go to Google, just put in Google Alerts, and they will talk you through how to set a Google Alert up. So you could set a Google Alert up for let me just think. So I'm trying to think who might watch this first. So if Gail could set a Google alert for crocheting, you know, on crocheting, I could go and set a Google alert up on ideal client, mindset, marketing strategy, pricing, and then I will then get regular updates into my inbox of conversations that's happening across Google around the alert that I've set up. So the key is that you want to connect with these people and bring them into your world. And it's, you know, if you commit to doing this every single day, that potentially, the consistency of doing it will give you at least 1 to 5 new followers a day. So 1 to 5 new followers a day will give you 365 followers by the end of the year, or 5 times 365, and I should have worked that out. So it's probably just under 2,000, isn't it? Never heard of that genius. So Chrissy's listening to me. So Chrissy could do a Google alert on, you know, tech problems. Who's, you know, the stuff that they get regularly asked about. She could do a Google alert because people will be searching, like, how do I do this? Chrissy gave me a great tip a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to use Chrissy because she's, bless her, she's commented. So Chrissy gave me, there was an issue with Android a couple of weeks ago, and Chrissy's on Android. And what Chrissy, because Chrissy's in the IT background, she very quickly found out that she thought it was a phone not working, but she suddenly realised that this was potentially an IT disaster. So she Googled it, found the IT, found the update, and then shared that update very quickly. Well, a lot of other people, especially because I remember it happening, and I think I had a conversation with Chrissy and said, do you know what's going on? And she told me what to do and how to rectify it. Lots of other people would have been searching for that day. So you could have quickly put something up on LinkedIn or been on forums and answering people. And it's a great way to bring people into your world, because if you can solve a problem for somebody, it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It could just be something as simple as that. Then there's the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity is if you've done something for me, I want to do something back to you. So it's all about entering the conversation that is going on already about what you do. And if you do connect with somebody, I use Excel spreadsheets for this. I just quickly put in who the person is, where I've connected with them, and what the conversation was. And then what I do is, after a couple of days, I go back and I try to connect with them. Either if I've spoken to them on Facebook, I try to connect with them on LinkedIn or Instagram or something. Because I don't like going into groups and just spamming groups with my stuff. It's about being authentic and connecting with people. So just to recap, and for some reason I'm losing my voice, so I'm just going to take some water. Just to recap what you're going to do, it's a very simple process. It takes 20 minutes a day, no longer than that. And you will get faster at it. It's the topic takeover. So you start a conversation, you support a conversation, or you complete a conversation. And then you set up Google alerts around the things that you want to be known for, or the conversations or the content that you want to be discussing. So I hope that's helped. Any questions or comments, drop them in below. And this week's takeover is the lovely Kate Lloyd from Poppy Marketing. So I'm sure she will be sharing her fantastic wisdom on how to connect with your ideal client on content. And Then I'm trying to think what else is coming up. I did put a poll up the other day asking you what you wanted, and it was kind of even across everything. You wanted guest experts, you wanted networking. So I need to know the topics of the guest experts, and if you want networking in the night or day. Night or day? Yes. I'm off. Lovely to speak to you all. Thank you ever so much for staying with me, Chrissy, and I will catch up with you all soon. Bye.